Hello creative minds, so welcome back again to my YouTube channel. My name is Usman Okoyemi. So in today's tutorial we are going to learn how you can design this beauty studio flyer. So there's nothing much, everything is simple. So I will be teaching you on how you can design this flyer using your smartphone Pixellab. Alright, so if you are visiting my channel for the first time, please kindly give this video a thumbs up by subscribing to the channel and also press the notification button so that you will be the first person to get the notification whenever I upload any of my future tutorial. So without being wasting most of our time, let's get started. So the first thing I will do here is, as you can see, I've already designed this flyer in a couple of months ago. So now I'll be teaching you on how you can design it using your smartphone Pixellab. So the first thing I'm going to do here is that I will just work with the background first. But before that, let me create it from scratch. Let me exit this and create it from scratch. Alright, so this, I think, let me check the image size that we're going to use. I think I use something like 1068, 1060, the width is 1068 and the height is 1280. Alright, so this is what I use for that design. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do here is that I will just work with this background. So this background, let me just do something here. So I will need a gradient color for it. Alright, the first thing I'm going to do is that let's click on this plus icon and click. So okay, let's work with this gradients. Let's work with this one. We don't need to touch anything here. So the first thing we are going to do here is that let's click here and click on this color picker. So now locate it. Okay, before that, let me quickly import the design. Let me import the design so that we can use the color as a reference. Alright, so I just need to hide it here. Alright, so I'll now go back to the color. So the gradients, click the plus icon. So now I will click here and click this color picker. So now locate the design and pick the color here. So if I'm too fast, then please just bear with me. I don't want this video to be long. That's what I'm doing. So alright, so just click on this check mark and click here. As you can see, now we need to pick another one. So let's click here, click here and click this color picker. Now we are picking the color from this edge. Alright, so let's see how it's going to look. Alright, so we just need to adjust this a little bit here and adjust this a little bit. Perfect. No, check mark. Alright, so this is what, okay, it's too obvious. Let me do it like this. I don't want that to be obvious too much. Okay, or probably let me just do something here. I think it's perfect like this. Now the next thing we are going to do here is that we need to import the image of that woman that we use in that picture. Alright, so I'll just locate it in the photo room. Okay, photo room. Let me check the photo room. Supposed to be there. So let me locate it. It's supposed to be around somewhere here. I don't think it's supposed to be here. Alright, so this is the picture. So I'll just put here and I'll position it somewhere around here. Alright, perfect. So the next thing we are going to do now is that we need to create a shape. So let me close this. Now we are going to create a shape. So let's create the shapes. So this shape, I will increase the radius to like 30. So and I will now increase the size very well. I will increase the size very well so that it can fit in with that thing that we are doing. So click on this check mark. So I will need to rotate it. Let me reduce the size again. So I'll just rotate it like this and position it here. It's too much. Position it around there. Perfect. Now the next thing we are going to do now is that we need to give it a color. So let's give it a color. let's click on this color, enable the color. Now I'm going to pick the color from that design. So I'm going to pick the color from that design. I'll just click here and pick the color from here. All right, as you can see, everything is looking perfect already. So now I'll just now the next thing we're going to do here is that we need another shape. So we need to create another shape. So I'll just close this, or probably let me see how this one look like. I don't think there's a mistake here. All right, so everything is going well as planned. There's a mistake I made here. This picture, this color that we use is not an ordinary picture. I think it's a gradient picture. There is a gradient color. So now let's quickly give it a gradient color. So let's click on gradients. So I'll pick the color from here, but let me just use this time around. Let me use this. I'm going to use this. All right, so I'll first click here and click here. So click on this color picker and look at the design. So the first color is supposed to be here, while the second color is supposed to be here. Let's see how it's going to look like. Perfect. That is exactly what I did. All right, so I'll just click on, okay, I've already locked it. So the next thing I'm going to do here is that I'll just create another shapes. All right, so let's create another shapes. Click here. So the radius, you can leave it to like 20. So just increase the size, reduce the size very well. I think I did around 4, 5. So let me work with this gradient line. Let me work with gradient line. So we want everything to be well aligned. We want everything to be well aligned. So if possible, let's put another one here. So now let me open it. Okay, that's already open. So the next thing we're going to do is let's copy it and position it around somewhere also. Now we need to remove this. I don't see the essence of putting it there. It doesn't work. So I'll just position it here. Okay, let's copy it again. I think I use around 4 of them. Let's copy again. Position it here. So the next thing we're going to do here is that let's arrange it very well. Let's arrange it very well. So I'll just need to move this a little bit here. So the second one, let's move it also and position it very well. So the third one, let's do the same thing. So the last, not the least, let's do the same thing. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do here is that I will need to work with textures. Let's see what we're doing. Perfect. Now I need to work with textures. I need to work with textures because I don't want a situation whereby everything will just, it's perfect. So now let's work with textures. I was thinking about the size. Let me leave it at 20. Then put this one to like 20, this one to 20, and this also 20. So I will need to position it very well. All I'm doing is that I don't want this video to be long. That is exactly what I'm trying to avoid. I want to position it very well. So the last not the least, let's position very well. It's too much. Perfect. So the next thing we are going to do now is that let's give it a textures. So I will need to locate the design here. I don't know if this is the first picture that I use. I'll just use it like that. Okay, wow, it's the first thing. It's the first picture. So let me use another one. Click here. So let me hide this. Okay, let me see the picture that I use next. Okay. Alright, let me hide it. And go to texture again. So let's locate the picture. Alright, so this is the picture. So I'll just position it here and enable it. Alright, so the third one, let me check the picture that I use. Okay, I've seen it. So alright, so this is the third picture. So let's click on this check mark. Now let's work with the last, not the least. So let's go to textures and give it, let me check the picture that I use. Let me check that picture very well. Okay, I've seen it. So let me go to photo room. Supposed to. Right, so this is the last picture that we use. So this one is to up. Let's pull it down a little bit. Alright, so I will now need to create another shape. So I'll just increase the radius to 20, I swear. So I will increase the size. And send it to the back. There's something I did here. This particular one that I did when I put the shape at the back. As you can see, the picture, it doesn't match, it doesn't blend with the shape. Now the mistake we made here is that instead of us to use the one without the background remover, now I use the one that I've already removed the background. As you can see, the background there is plain. So instead of me to upload the one that has a background so that it can stand out with this with this shape. Now the next this thing that we are going to do now is that we are going to correct the mistake immediately. So what are we going to do now is that I'll just click here and click here. So let me lock this, we don't need this. So I will click here and quickly correct the error. So I'll just upload the one with background. If you look at this picture very well, you will see that this particular one has a background. So this is the one that we're supposed to use. So as you can see, so I will quickly do the same thing with the second one. So let's quickly do that. Alright, so I've corrected the mistake. So I'll just need to position the shape very well. This shape at the back. So I'll just position it very well and move it down. Let's move it down a little bit. Move down a little bit and position it here. Alright, so we are making progress so far. So the next thing we are going to do now is that we need to create another shape. So I just need to create another shape. Let me look at this. So we need another shape here. Another shape here. So let's close this up. I just create another shape for call to action. So I will position it around there. Position it around there. Perfect. So I'll just move this a little bit. Let's move it. Let's move it up. Let's move it up. I didn't pick this. The first one. Okay, I think this is it. Yes. Let's move it up. there's some there's something I'm trying to achieve here. There's something I'm trying to achieve here. If possible, let me reduce the size. Okay, to me it's perfect like this. So let's change the color. Let's change the color. So I will need to pick the color from that design. Let's pick the color from that same design. I don't think I use any gradient color here. I just use the normal color. Alright, so the next thing we are going to do now is that let's look at, so we need bookings and the Telegram handle and the WhatsApp handle. Right, so I'll just write, let me close it. So I'll just write bookings. Bookings. So the font that I use, let's just look for it. I don't think I remember the font, but we are just going to use a font that similar to that. Let me check if I can use this Montessori book medium, or even let's check this. Let me check this. What's the name of this font? Let me check Poppins. Poppins. I don't think. So I use this Montessori semi-put. So let's reduce the size and rotate it like this. You can use any font that you want. I can see this is not the font that I use in that design though. So I'm just trying to use this to save the time. I don't want to be looking for the fonts. So now bookings. So the next thing we're going to do now is that let's import some icon. We need a Telegram handle and WhatsApp. So I just go to my gallery and alright, so let's try to use this. So I will just need to pick, let me crop the Telegram, okay, the Telegram at the up. So let me try and crop the Telegram. So I'll be providing all the resources in the description of this video. I'll provide the resources in case if you want to replicate the design. So I'm providing all the resources that you need to make this design. So if you are visiting the channel for the first time, kindly give this video a thumbs up by subscribing to the channel and also press the notification button so that you'll be the first person to get notified whenever I want to upload any creative video like this. So right here, I will just need to reduce the size. I'll reduce the size and position it beside this booking. So right here, I will need to reduce the size a little bit more. Okay, I think it's perfect like this. We just need to position it around here. So right here, all I need is that I need another. Okay, I'll just copy these bookings. But I think let me use for this one. Let me bold it. Let me use style and bold it. Okay, so now I'll just type the number. I don't think I remember the number. Okay, let me check the name. The name is A Light Beauty Studio. Alright, so let's close it back. A Light Beauty Studio. A Light Beauty Studio. So just put the beauty studio. It's supposed to be small letter, everything small letter. Alright, so let's position it here. So I'll just reduce the size because we also need another thing beside it. So we need another thing beside it. As you can see, this is not a black color. You see what I'm talking about now. Let's change it to real black. Okay, or probably let's try and use this. This cannot work. Can it work? I think it's working. Okay, that's what I use here also. That's what I use. I just remember. That's what I use here. Even this icon self, I use the same color for that icon. So let me just change the color to that brand also. Alright, so we need to input another icon, which is the WhatsApp icon. So I'll just crop it here. I'll just crop it around there. So let's crop it around there. No, let me crop it. I don't want this is why I'm doing all this. That I don't want the size. I don't want to. I just want to crop it like that without tampering with the size. Alright, so I'll just position it beside the text. So the next thing we are going to do now is that let's copy this and import the number. So I'll just import my number here. 653977875. You can input any number you want. You know, it's a fictional design, so it doesn't matter any number we use. So this icon, let me move it back a little bit. Perfect. So this number, let's move it closer. Perfect. So these pokings, we just need to give it another color. Let me give it the same brand color. So we now need to move it closer a little bit. Perfect. So the next thing we are going to do now is that we need another text. The name of the brand, as you can see, this is exactly what our time has gone. So this is exactly what next to do now. So we need another text for this Light Beauty Studio and our services. So the next thing we are going to do now is that let's quickly do that. So let me search for the font that I use. I don't think I remember. I'll just try and see the light. Let me try if I can see the fonts. I'm not sure. I'll just give it a try. I'm not sure if I can see that fonts. I'm not sure. This is not it. This is not the font. I was trying to find the font, but fortunately I didn't find it. Now what we are going to do now is that we are going to use another font that related to that one that I use in that design. So I'm just trying if I can use this Cairo. Let's try this Cairo. No, let's try and use this Adoha, this particular one. I think it's the best alternative here. So let's use this. I'll just reduce the size and position it here. So I'll just change the color to something simple. I think I use gradient color here. Alright, so now Beauty Studio. Let's copy these bookings. Let's copy it and write Beauty Studio. Beauty Studio. So now I just need to position it around here. Perfect. Let me position it very well. Now the next thing we are going to do now is that we want to create another shape for this particular thing that we are seeing. Let's just close it. Let me close this design. So now we need to create another shape. So shapes, let me give it 20. 20 is okay. The radius, you can increase it to 20. 20 is okay. So now position it here. Position it here. So this opacity, can do it like this. I think leave it like 60. Leave the opacity like 60. Click the check mark. Now we need to create another one. Let's copy this one. Let's copy it and go back to that edit. So this opacity, just increase everything to 100. You will now reduce the size a little bit here. Reduce the size a little bit so that it can fit in that shape. Click on check mark and position it very well. Perfect. So what we are going to do with this one is that the opacity is not enough. Let's reduce it a little bit. So this particular one, let's increase it. So this Enlight Beauty and that this particular one, I just move it to back. I'll move it to front a little bit. Alright, so we are making progress. Now the next thing we are going to do here is that I just want to create what's it called. So what next now is that we just input the text here. So let's copy this. Let's copy this Beauty Studio. So let's input the text. I think I have it here. Let's check. Okay, everything is here. So I'll just reduce the size, position it there. Let me reduce the size again, leave it at 20 and position it very well around the middle. So now let's keep this. The next thing we are going to do here is that this our service. Let's copy this, but we are not going to use this font. We are going to use the bold one. Our service, our services. So I will just need to hide this. I need to hide this. Our services. Now I will reduce the size and position it here. Now I will just go to font and give it a bold font. Before we use a semi-bold, but this particular one I want to use a black font. A black font, Montserrat black. Let me check Montserrat black. Perfect. Now I'll just reduce the size a little bit again. Size, so 20. So I'll just position it here. Perfect. So I don't think we have anything left. This particular in light, let me reduce, increase the size, position it here. This Bluetooth Studio, let us use this. Let us increase the size a little bit. So now position it very well. Perfect. So we are done. So this is the way in which you can create a beauty makeup or any flyer related to this. So if you are visiting my channel for the first time, like I always say, please give this video a thumbs up by subscribing to the channel, and also press the notification button so that you will be the first person to get notified whenever I upload any of my future tutorials. So the next thing we are going to do here is that after saving it, you can just go to Lightroom or Snapseed and give it some retouching. So in my upcoming tutorial, I'll be teaching you guys on how you can edit your flyers or any picture using Lightroom, Snapseed and Pixellab. So see you in the next video. Bye for now.